The misappropriation of the $600,000 has caused me to doubt our school system's ability to manage our tax dollars. The CEO of this business, which happens to be the superintendent, has the responsibility to show me and the public what actions were taken to hold the person accountable for this enormous $600,000 misfortune.
There was no misappropriation of $600,000. We had a crime committed against the school division and the taxpayers of Spotsylvania County. Absolutely, it's against the taxpayers of Spotsylvania County. It was a crime.
This is not about a whistleblower. The schools reported a crime to the authorities. This is not about transparency. This is about politicians who think they know better than the police and have put an investigation in jeopardy. This is about the lack of integrity from Mr. McLaughlin and a board member on this board. Not only did they leak that a theft had occurred, but Supervisor McLaughlin had put it out to the general public, completely false information. A payment was made, a crime was discovered, and authorities were notified. It did not take a month to notify the Board of Supervisors about the crime. It took a day.
Well, we were instructed through a briefing, all of us as political officials, to keep our mouths shut, to maintain confidentiality, to allow the police and the sheriff's department to do their job without creating a hindrance to the investigation. And we did poorly. We had people that could not hold their water run out to the news media to pass out information that would provide the perpetrators of the crime information to operate in a way that possibly would prevent us from capturing them. Some might say that these people that provided this information possibly, and I'll say possibly, could be unwitting accomplices after the fact. We have a sacred responsibility to uphold the public trust. And sometimes that means that we have to put our politics on hold so that we can do what's in the best interest of our community. That wasn't done, and to me that's a disappointment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to make a couple comments because of what's been presented in the paper in an op-ed that I find are not factual. I find that the information that was presented in an op-ed had misinformation, and I'd like to correct it. One statement was that the Board of Supervisors was informed a month after a fraudulent payment. Not true. Immediately after the scam occurred, Dr. Baker informed the Sheriff's Office and each board member and the county administrator and emphasized that this is confidential information due to an ongoing investigation. As soon as the state police said that a statement could be issued, a joint statement by the superintendent and the county administrator was prepared and released on August the 5th.
The crime. Authorities will let you know what occurred and how to prevent it in the future when the investigation concludes, which is why confidentiality is essential in order to not compromise the integrity of the case. Conflating a theft with a legitimate public function of government spending is a slimy way to grandstand. Contrary to what was published in a recent op-ed, hearings were held in 2014 on the school's CIP. The artificial turf was number 3 on the frequently asked questions list published with the bond literature. At least 7 Q&A meetings around the county were held prior to the vote in 2014. The public did have input. The school board did due diligence to address concerns of the public, and it was 5 years until the first field was installed. The turf has been included in the CIP, easily found on the school's website, since the voters' approval. It has been approved each year by every sitting board member on each board at some time. as well as approved by the voters since it was specifically listed in the bond literature as item 3. In fact, just last year, Supervisor McLaughlin made the motion for the approval of the school's CIP on May 22nd, 2018. The motion passed 6-1. He voted for it. He also declared that we should install all 5 fields in the same year.